Heyo, so this week we are pulling away from the mermaid theme, but kind of still staying within that ocean theme, because for this past Mother's Day that just came by, I made this diorama of a beach for my mom. And the context behind it only makes sense to a very niche group of people. So to start off this backstory with some backstory, my mom's absolute favorite band is Fall Out Boy. And on Christmas of 2022, so the one that just happened, Fall Out Boy posted on their Instagram with nothing but a link to lovefromtheotherside.com, which was this stop animation sort of thing. I don't remember really what happens much. I think there was a dog in it that got abducted by aliens and he goes through a portal, and then at the end he gets out of the portal, wormhole, whatever, and he's there with a man barbecuing, and it starts doing the introduction to Love from the Other Side, which is the first song off of their new album, but we didn't know that at the time. And we were like, oh my god, Fall Out Boy's making new stuff. It's been 5 years. So from the Christmas on, we sat there waiting patiently. And then we got, hey, we're releasing a new album, but the new song called Love from the Other Side is dropping. So of course my mom and I downloaded it, and I remember that first day that we heard it, we fell in love. She cried. I'm pretty sure I cried a little. So they released a song and everyone's like, oh my god, they're hitting their 2008 emo senses again. This is brilliant. And then that's when all the chaos started happening. Because back on that Love from the Other Side website, there was an option to sign up for the mailing or the emailing list. But there was an option for your house address. And everyone was like, why are they just having things for their house address? And of course I'm like, I don't give a fuck if Patrick Stump knows where I live. So I put in my mailing address and everyone was like, okay, whatever. After Love from the Other Side was released, Oliver Sykes, who is the lead for Bring Me the Horizon, posted on his story, what the fuck is this and why is it at my house? And it was a pink seashell with the inside red and white, and it said 1 of 13 with a piece of paper that said Love from the Other Side. So everyone was like, what does that mean? And then slowly over the next month and a half, 12 other seashells started popping up. They would give out locations, they would take pictures, coordinates. But because they had the mailing address, everyone thought that Fall Out Boy was going to mail them seashells. And my mom was so excited. She thought she was going to get a seashell, as did a lot of people. But clearly there were only 13, and each one was a song title. So for this Mother's Day project, I decided, why not give her seashells? Or paint them at least in a diorama. And as you know, the new Fall Out Boy album is called So Much for Stardust. And the cover of it has a Doberman with some bubbles. So I painted bubbles on the front and back of the diorama. The whole outside is black, except for the inside part where the shells are. They're painted like a beach because, beach and seashells. But I painstakingly painted 14 seashells, realizing I painted the backs pink for basically no reason, but it looks good because on some angles you can see the pink. And each one says 1 of 13, 2 of 13, and so on. I was originally going to put all the song titles, but the song titles are kind of long for how small these shells are. Like the first song is, I'm going to go through this in order. I have the album up right now, is Love from the Other Side, Heartbreak Feels So Good, Hold Me Like a Grudge, Fake Out, Heaven, Iowa, So Good Right Now, The Pink Seashell featuring Ethan Hawke, I Am My Own Muse, Flu Game, Baby Annihilation, The Kintsugi Kid, parentheses 10 years, What a Time to Be Alive, and So Much for Stardust. Some of those were too long. Even the smaller ones like Flu Game and Heaven, Iowa, I'm like, there's no way I would have been able to write all that on a seashell. So that's why I just did the 1 of 13 and painted them to be replicas of the seashells that Fall Out Boy had sent out. So this is kind of funny to me is that I went to go pull up my references. So I googled the Pink Seashell from Fall Out Boy, and of course I got the lyrics to the Pink Seashell, which is just Ethan Hawke's monologue from some movie. It was a monologue that Ethan Hawke did in his movie Reality Bites. So I pulled up that, and then I eventually found the Instagram screenshot that Oliver Sykes posted. And I didn't know it was Oliver Sykes at first, because I didn't recognize the name and I don't follow Oliver Sykes on Instagram. So I was like, okay, so this is literally just the night I was painting these, I figured out that that's who it was. And then I was like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense that he gets the first one, considering that the So Much for Stardust tour is Bring Me the Horizon with Fall Out Boy. And yes, I already got my tickets. I got them the day they came out, and I was a little annoyed because I bought my tickets and they were $50 each. And you can only pay for 4 at a time. Okay, so when I bought mine, they were on Ticketmaster. They were $50 each. They only let you buy 4 at a time for the pre-sale. So I paid $200 plus, Ticketmaster fees and shit. for me, my mom, and 2 of my siblings. I texted my brother, hey, do you want to go? And he was like, yes. I couldn't buy the ticket. So I sent him money to buy his own ticket. And within the hour, the price had gone up like $10. So after his fees, his ticket was $100. And after my fees, they were like $300, something like that. But when I was asking my brother, I was asking the other siblings, I'm like, hey, do you guys want to go? And we've already been to Fall Out Boy concerts before. Like, my first Fall Out Boy concert was the Boys of Summer with Wiz Khalifa and Jaden Smith. The second concert was the Mania tour. No, the Jaden Smith was on the Mania tour with Black Bear and Fall Out Boy. And then the third time was the most recent one, which was the, Hella Mega with Weezer and Green Day. Best concert I've ever been to. So this is going to be the fourth one, and it's going to Bring Me the Horizon. So when I was like, oh, do you guys want to go? They're like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, Bring Me the Horizon's going. And they're like, okay, let's go. So we're going to go see that in New Jersey on the stage that my mom graduated from. And I've been entering all of their Fall Out Boy contests, especially the Crynal one, because the Crynal record, if you don't know, Fall Out Boy did the first Crynal record, which is a vinyl record filled with the tears of the band, which is weird, but cool. But if you win that giveaway, you also get 2 free tickets of your choice to any show, which my mom is very willing to go to 2 different shows, and then meet the band in one of every t-shirt or merch line from their lineup. So she's ready to lose her shit. So she's super excited, hoping that she wins that. I'm hoping that I did too, because I would definitely give her the passes and stuff. But for now, she has this little diorama of all 13 seashells for one of each song, including a big pink seashell in the middle for Ethan Hawke's tribute song, whatever, the Pink Seashell from Reality Bites. And also, I just want to appreciate that I finished this and then I showed my brother, and the first thing he did was poked the seashell that said 10 of 13 and it came off the glue, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to glue it back down, and I'm like, please don't break anymore. I could probably use nail glue to fix it because I just use hot glue, but hoping it stays. And I hope it looks okay, because some of the shells are bigger than others, because I only bought 3 bags of shells from Dollar General, and each bag only had 1 big shell, like the biggest one. So I decided to do the first song, 1 of 13 is the big one because that's my mom's favorite, and then her tied favorite is 8 of 13, which is I Am My Own Muse, and then 13 of 13 is So Much for Stardust, which I personally think is one of the best songs on the album. The Kinstuki Kin, I pronounced that, I apologize, I'm butchering that. Parentheses 10 years is not my favorite. Like, I'll basically listen to every single one of them before that, but I know that's going to be one of those songs that I skip and skip and skip and then go back to and be like, this is incredible. So yeah, I hope she likes it, because as I'm recording this, it's the day before Mother's Day and I have to work on Mother's Day. I'm a waitress and my feet are going to hurt and I'm going to die. Yeah, next week is the last illustration of Mermaid, because then after that is the first of the last Saturday's vlogs, and yeah, I really hope you guys like this. Really hope you guys like this diorama. I swear, I'm pretty sure my mom's gonna cry. I'm in love with this. I painted bubbles and they looked good, and I showed my coworkers and they're all like, oh my god, you're fucking talented because I can paint a bubble. Like, thank you, but a bubble? Alright, so I'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Links to my Instagram, where I'm going to be posting this and tagging Fall Out Boy and praying that they see it. Because if Rob Lowe can see my sibling's Instagram story for tagging him in it, then I'm pretty sure Fall Out Boy can look at mine. And I'm pretty sure that would be the best Mother's Day gift, honestly. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, links to Instagram and Etsy to support me as a small business owner are down below. And I will see you guys next week with the last illustration of Mermaid. Bye.